Okay, welcome back. So this is the last part, hopefully. We know that our formula for area of triangles is base times height divided by 2. And I said there's kind of some weird triangles. And so let's look at those types. The ones we've been looking at thus far have been this type right here, where we have a right angle. And so our height is just the line on the side, and our base is the line that's on the bottom. We can turn this around and it's still our base and our height, and that's the same thing. Where it gets a little bit different is where we don't have a right angle on the outside of our triangle. We have the right angle on the inside. Remember, the height is the distance from the bottom to the top, and so our height is the thing that sits on the right angle. Remember, if we find that right angle, it makes a little height, and then the height always sits on the base. Just like over here, our height is there, and it sits on the base. So sometimes, not sometimes, always, you should find your right angle, because that's the number that's going to be your height, and then you'll multiply it by whatever it is that it's sitting on. Over here, this is kind of weird, because the height of the triangle is outside of the rest of the triangle. Here it's in the middle, here it's on the side, and this last one, it's on the outside of it. And so again, we look for that height. This H is backwards, that's okay. Our height is the thing that goes from the top of the triangle to the bottom of the triangle, and the base is kind of what it sits on. It sits on this part right here. And so that's going to be what we multiply by. So let's do a couple of examples. Here we have a triangle that has 4 and 12 meters. So we find our right angle, which is right here. We make it a height. And so that tells me that my 4 is my height, my base is my 12. And then I need to put it into the formula. So take a second and put this into the formula. Okay, so the formula is going to be our base times our height divided by 2. So 4 times 12 divided by 2 is what you should have had. When we calculate that, we are going to go 4 times 12 first, which gives us 48. And then we have to divide that by 2. So 48 divided by 2 is going to give us 24 meters squared. Okay. On the next example, this is the one where we have our right angle is not on the outside of our triangle, it's in the center. And so when we find that height, which of those two numbers do we need to use to plug into our formula? Okay, give it a second, answer that question. Okay, so the two numbers we need to use are the 3 here for the height, which is sitting on the base of 8. So we need to use 3 and 8 for this formula. So set up the formula and solve that problem. All right, so you should have gotten 8 times 3 divided by 2 is filled in the formula. Then we do the math. We multiply to get 24, which is divided by 2 is going to give us 12. So the answer to this problem is 12 meters squared. Our last example is this one right here. And again, the question is, what two numbers do we need to multiply? Remember, find your right angle first, and those are the two numbers that you need to multiply, okay? So you should have gotten that the two numbers you need to multiply are the 9, because here again is your height, is the 9, and that's sitting on this piece right here, which is the base of 8. Okay, so 9 and 8 are your two numbers you want to use. Take a second now and find the area of this triangle. Okay, so since we multiplied the 8 and the 9, 8 times 9, oops, my mouse stopped working. 8 times 9 is 72, and then 72 divided by 2 is going to give us 36. 36 meters squared is what you should have gotten. All right, now you need to work on IXL. I have recommended one for you, so you should be able to find that and then get to a score of, what did I say, 80. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.